Hello, my name is Teresa Jackson, and I'm a certified integrative health and wellness coach. I'm also a person living with Parkinson's. I was diagnosed in February of 2019, and the thing that has helped me most with my symptoms has been exercise. Staying active is critical for people living with Parkinson's. The following video is an exercise video so that you can stay active during this time when our gyms and wellness centers are closed. Remember, being sedentary is the enemy of Parkinson's disease. So exercise your brain and your body daily.
One, go.
Hello, I'm Teresa Jackson, and I'm a certified integrative health and wellness coach. With coronavirus closing our gyms, it is important that we continue to exercise at home. So today I've invited my friend Denise and trainers Anna and Chris over to help us do that. Anna's going to start us off with a warm-up. Anna?
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm just going to be running Teresa through a quick warm-up. So the first thing we're going to start with is what's called yes and no's. That's going to warm up your neck. So we're going to start with yes. I'm going to have her take her chin all the way down to her chest and then extend as far back as she can and then repeat that. You want to do that anywhere from 5 to 15 times. I'm just going to have her go ahead and do 5 for us right now. While she's finishing those up, I'll explain the next one. That's going to be the no. So you're going to bring your right ear all the way as far as you can back over your shoulder, and then you're going to do the same side with the left. So I'm going to have Teresa go ahead and do a couple of those for us to demo. Also 5 to 15 is good for those. And the next thing we're going to do is some head circles. So I'm going to have you bring your right ear as close to your shoulder as you can, and then you're going to roll all the way around to the front. Do about 5 of those, and then you're going to roll the opposite way around. Good. Now we're going to warm up the arms a little bit, so I'm going to have her hold her arms out as far as she can. We're going to start with some small circles with the arms. So we're going to go forward, 5 circles. Going to have her make them about medium size, 5 circles, and then get really big for 5 circles. And then we're going to do that in reverse. So stay nice and big, backwards, come down to about a more medium size, and then get a little bit smaller. Good. So I'm going to have her keep her arms out like that. We're going to do a torso rotation now. So I'm going to have her look all the way to her left as far as she can, and then all the way to the right as far as she can. Go ahead and do about 5 of those. And good. So I'm going to have her bring her arms out in front of her. We're going to do march in place. So I'm going to have her raise one arm or one leg to the opposite arm. Once you've done a couple of those, we're going to keep the arms out like that, but we're going to do a little bit of a deadlift. So you're going to have slightly bent knees. Good, and then everything else is going to come from the hip. You're going to bend down, opposite. Good. Just feel that in your back, a little bit behind your legs. Next one's going to be a squat, so we're going to do a couple of those. If you need to use a chair or something to hold on to, that's perfectly fine. So feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You want to start with your hips, push those back, down to about 90 and up. Good. A couple more of those. Great. And then lastly, we're going to do a couple jumping jacks just to get her heart rate up so she's ready for the workout. So we're going to start feet together, arms at the side, out, and back in. And if that's too difficult and you don't want to jump, you can always step to the side and then back.
portion, just want to make sure I remind everyone that before you start exercising, make sure that you have reached out to your physician and that you have been cleared to exercise safely. All right, so Chris and Denise, if you want to come up and lead the next set.
Hey everybody, welcome to the exercise portion of this video. Again, if you don't feel comfortable doing anything, or if you feel like you're going to fall, just stop. Hey, we don't want to take any risks, so before you load anything or before you do anything advanced, just take it slow and make sure you're okay first. First thing we're going to do is hip circles, so just open up your groin a little bit. Going to start with our hands on top of our head if you can, big knee to chest, and then big hip circle. Try not to put your foot back down, but you can if you have to, again, if you feel like you're going to fall. And if you need to, just grab the chair or something to hold on to. And we're going to get about 8 clockwise and then 8 counterclockwise. Biggest circles you can. Imagine a Sharpie on your knee and you got to draw a big circle. As big as you can, trying not to shift your hips. Good. Nice and easy. And we're going to do, everything is 2 sets of 45 seconds. We're going to go through anywhere from 2 to 5 times, depending on your level. We're going to go next to just an empty wall. So at your house, find just an empty wall in your house. Right. Go ahead and face it. And we're going to put our arms completely out like a T. Right. Thumbs back behind us. There we go. Good. Big squeeze in your shoulder blades. It's all about how much you squeeze your shoulder blades. So we're going to come in, elbows to ribs, and then come back up like a Y. We're just making letters on the wall. Back to your ribs, and then up like an I. There we go. Right back to a T. Good. A Y. Good. And it's all about the movement of your scapula. And again, 45 seconds. Good. We'll go through 2 more times. There's a T. There's a Y. Squeeze your ribs when you come down. Big squeeze. You should feel that back here. Big T. Big Y. And a big I. And to make that a little more advanced, you can put a little band in your hand. You could also come off the wall. So take a step back. There you go. Stay off the wall and really squeeze. Right? Good, and we'll come back over here. For everybody's favorite, we'll still squat, but this time you're going to take a weight if you can, squat down to the bottom, punch out at the bottom, and then stand up. Again, squat down, punch out, stand up. And then if that's too much, we'll take the weight away, but still add the punch. Good. Or again, just add a chair and hold on to it and just get as low as you can. Our goal is to get our hip crease down below our knee and right back up. Good. And again, it's all 45 seconds, 2 sets to start. We'll bring Anna and Teresa back in here.
Alright, Teresa and I are back, and we're going to finish out with, the first one we'll start with is deadlifts. So kind of similar to what we did in the warm-up, but she's going to add a little weight to hers. So once again, you want to keep your knees nice and soft. You don't want to have those locked out. And then from that position, all your movement is going to come from bending at the hip. I'm going to have you take your right hand and reach in to the inside of your left leg there. And make sure you come all the way back up, just straight each time. So she's adding some dumbbells to hers. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and do that. And same thing as Chris and Denise were doing, we're going to do 45 seconds, and you can start with 2 sets of that. Let's do a couple more of those. Okay, let's get 1 more on each side. Alright, awesome. So we're going to set the weights aside, and then we're going to do what's called some dead bugs. So I'm going to have Teresa lay down on her back. gonna bend her knees up 90 degrees and arms up as well. So go ahead and lift those knees up 90, good. And then she's gonna take opposite arm and leg, extend all the way back, and then do the same thing on the opposite side. Good. So you should really start to feel that in your core after a couple reps. And same as before, we'll do 45 seconds on that one. Perfect. Okay, let's do one more on each side. All right, good job.
Here we go, guys. A fun little thing to finish with. If you have a boxing bag, that's great. If not, we're just going to punch air. So I'm going to be letting Denise hit me, but if you just hit air, that's fine. We're going to start with 25 hits with your right hand, up really high. 25 with your left, up high. Then get down in a squat. 25 with your right again. 25 with your left. And then 50 in a row, just hammering as hard as you can, back and forth. Are you ready? Set. Go. Come on. 10. 15. Come on. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right away. Use your hips. 15, 16, 20, 1. Good. Down. There you go. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Stay down. Those legs burn a little bit. Come on. Stay down. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. Hit me, Mr. Knee. 10. Hit it. Use your hips. Come on. Breathe. Come on. 8. They're down. 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make the last one a good one. Good.
All right, thank you for joining us today from Anna, Teresa, Chris, and Denise. Come back and see us again. Thanks.